Hi everyone, come back to the accounts class. So in the previous session, we have solved a few problems related to statement of profit and loss account. So on the same being, in this session, we will start the preparation of balance sheet. So here, first you have to observe the question for the preparation of balance sheet. So they give some information regarding preparation of balance sheet. The information is here. From the following information, prepare balance sheet of Jindal Company Limited as on 31st March 2018. So here they given some information regarding preparation of balance sheet. The information is related to Jindal Company. So in the Jindal Company, 31st March 2018, in this date we need to prepare balance sheet. So that balance sheet we need to prepare as per the Schedule 3 of Companies Act. As per the Schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013. So as per in this schedule only we need to prepare the balance sheet. For the preparation of balance sheet, the given information here, share capital 10 lakhs rupees. They given share capital 10 lakhs rupees, and the same being reserves and surplus they given. Reserves and surplus 5 lakhs rupees. Debentures, I mean 10% debentures 5 lakhs rupees. Creditors 2 lakhs. Bills payable 3 lakhs rupees. Fixed assets 15 lakhs rupees. Trade receivables 5 lakhs rupees. And short term investments rupees 2 lakhs. So finally cash and cash equivalents 3 lakhs rupees. This is what given information regarding preparation of balance sheet. So now we can apply the format. So in that format, before applying the format, the first we need to take headline. The headline, balance sheet of Jindal Company Limited. We are preparing Jindal Company balance sheet, right? That's why we need to mention Jindal Company Limited as on 31st March 2018. So at the end of the year, we need to prepare balance sheet. So under the below, first we need to apply the balance sheet format. Here, the format particulars, one column, second column for notes and third column for amount. For the preparation of balance sheet, we need to prepare three necessary columns on the basis of vertical format. So here, under the particulars column, the first one we need to take equity and liabilities. As a balance sheet means two hands, right? So in one hand we can write equity and capital, in other hand we need to write assets. So under that equity and liabilities, the first headline we need to write shareholder funds. The first one, shareholder funds. But as per the given information, directly they given share capital, right? So the share capital we can record under the shareholder funds only, because of this is what related to capital. Capital means equity, right? That's why share capital we can write under the shareholder funds. The share capital value 10 lakhs rupees directly they given. Suppose they are not given, whether it may be either equity share capital or preference share capital, specifically their measurements on that time we need to apply the working note. The first one, share capital, we need to write 10 lakhs rupees. The second transaction, again reserves and surplus, right? Reserves and surplus. So reserves and surplus also you can record under this headline 5 lakhs rupees. So here total 15 lakhs rupees. This is what related to shareholder funds. This is what first headline under the shareholder funds. The second one, after the completion of shareholder funds, the second headline it is related to non-current liabilities. So here non-current liabilities means those liabilities are more than 12 months period of time. Such liabilities we can record under these non-current liabilities, like debentures or borrowed capital, long-term loans and borrowings, right? So here as per the given information they given 10% debentures. So here debentures means nothing but borrowed capital, right? So that borrowed capital we can treat it as long-term borrowings. So the debentures, this is what long-term borrowings, 5 lakhs worth of debentures is given in the question. So for this headline, they given only one transaction. That transaction 10% debentures, that means long-term borrowings 5 lakhs rupees. The next headline, current liabilities. Under the equity and liabilities, the next headline, current liabilities. So here the current liabilities means those liabilities which were settled within the 12 months period of time. Such liabilities we can record under the current liabilities only. So here the under the current liabilities they given two transactions. The current liabilities it is applicable for two transactions. They given creditors as well as trade payables. So here for that related to current liabilities we have two transactions given. The two transactions are namely the first one here creditors 2 lakhs rupees given and the same being bills payable 3 lakhs rupees given. So in this situation we need to apply the working note. For this calculation of working note we need to take separately. So notes to accounts. Notes to accounts under the below note number 1 trade payables. In this trade payables under the below you have to take format. First column for serial number, second column for particulars and third column for amount. So here what are the various transactions are related to these trade payables? All such transactions we need to record here only. So here the first one creditors they given the value of creditors. Here the value of creditors 2 lakhs rupees, right? We need to write 2 lakhs rupees. And the same in bills payable 3 lakhs rupees given, 3 lakhs rupees we need to record. So total 2 lakhs plus 3 lakhs 5 lakhs rupees. These 5 lakhs rupees we can call as a total trade payables amount. So this is what note number 1. So in this total note working note whatever the working note we are calculated in this amount we need to carry forward to main account, balance sheet. So here the trade payables. In the trade payables total 5 lakhs rupees. These 5 lakhs rupees total including creditors value as well as bills payable value. So in that note column we have to write 1. Why? Because in that note number we have calculated complete and detailed information regarding these trade payables values. So as per the given information we have recorded all the transactions are related to equity and liabilities. Now we need to make total balance. So 10 lakhs plus 5 lakhs plus 5 plus 5 total 25 lakhs rupees. So these total 25 lakhs rupees we can call as total equity and liabilities. These balance we can call as total equity and liabilities in the business organization. So here as of now we have finished one step. The first step equity and liabilities we are completed. Now we need to record one more second transaction in the balance sheet. So the second headline here assets. Here the assets means we have different types of assets in the business organization, right? First of all the assets broadly we can classify it as two categories. Namely non-current assets and current assets. So first we need to take non-current assets. The first headline non-current assets. So again under the non-current assets there is a fixed asset. Now we need to write fixed assets, right? So in that fixed assets in the question directly they give 15 lakhs rupees. Fixed assets they given 15 lakhs rupees. On such situation directly we can record fixed assets value 15 lakhs rupees, right? So fixed assets we can record under the non-current assets. The value of fixed assets 15 lakhs rupees. Suppose is there any some other transactions are related to non-current assets like tangible assets or intangible assets or other non-current investments. Such kind of transaction is available means on such situation we need to record here itself only. But as per the given information regarding this Jindal Company Limited we have only one asset, fixed asset. The value of fixed assets are 15 lakhs rupees. That 15 lakhs rupees directly we can record. The next transactions are related to current investments as well as trade receivables and cash equivalents. So all these transactions are related to current assets only. The second headline current assets. Under the current assets, the first one they give a short-term investments. Short-term investments means nothing but current investments only. Suppose long-term investments means on that time we can record under the non-current assets. But here they given current, I mean short-term investments, right? That short-term investments we can call as current investments. That current investments are 2 lakhs rupees we can record. The second one, trade receivables. So in this question, trade receivables directly they given. In this trade receivables including debtors as well as bills receivable amounts. Directly they given the value of trade receivables are 5 lakhs rupees. The next one, cash and cash equivalents. Here, cash and cash equivalent means cash in and as well as cash at bank. Both the values are including in this transaction. So, these cash and cash equivalent directly they given the amounts are 3 lakhs rupees. So, these are the 3 transactions are related to current assets in the Jindal company. So, as per the given information, we have recorded all the transactions. We have completed all the necessary transactions are related to equity and liabilities as well as assets. So, already we are a total balance of equity and liabilities. On the same way, now we need to make total balance and these assets. I mean, total non-current assets as well as total current assets. So, now we have to make total 15 lakhs plus 2 lakhs plus 3 lakhs plus 3 lakhs. So 15. So these total from 15 to 3 lakhs, this is what total related to assets. Now have to make them, the total balance of assets are 25 lakhs rupees. So one thing you have to observe here, the liabilities are always equals to assets. So here 25 lakhs, 25 lakhs. So as per the accounting equations, always assets are equals to liabilities plus capital. So this is what solution about the previous question. So in the next session we will discuss some more balance sheet questions are related to financial statements of a company. Thank you, students.